A very good morning, everyone. This is George Beyrouthi from FS Securities, a stockbroking firm on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia. Today I'll tell you exactly what happened overnight and also last week and what we expect from the market here and overseas this coming week, although it's a short week because of Anzac Day. Okay, let's start with the first thing. I'm going to show you the volume over the last 15 days, and the last trading day we've had 25% of our shares trading upward and 27.7% of all our stocks traded downwards. And you can see that the volume is actually overall over the last 15 days is on slightly downward level, maybe because of the election in Australia. Okay, now we start with our forecast of what happened from what happened last week and the week before to what we're likely to see this coming week. The American market is still very strong. We cannot deny the fact that all the indices, the Dow, the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, all very strongly bullish, and that has been the case for over the last 5 weeks. Gold has turned from neutral to bearish, so we want to take some money out of the gold market and also from the silver market. Crude oil, because of what's happening with America putting sanctions on country trading with Iran's oil, obviously the price has gone up. It's been expected that from the 1st of May all the sanctions will be imposed on countries that buy Iranian oil. Of course, that has pushed the market up. In terms of what's happening with the soy market, we expected that the Chinese will be buying a lot more from America during the trade war discussion that was promised, but we still see that the price of soy is going down for whatever reason. Now the American dollar, that's the index which includes several various currencies, has actually gone from stronger to strong, from strength to strength. The Australian dollar also for some reason has gone from neutral to bullish. That's for the aggressive trader and the very aggressive trader. For the investor and the conservative trader, we rather stay neutral. In terms of the chart for the Dow Jones, I would not be surprised to see that the previous peak of 27,000 revisited in the next few weeks. This is the weekly trade, that's the weekly chart, and this is the daily chart. And we can see some gaps in here and there, but I think, overall, you look at the parabolic stop and reverse bullish, we can see that the 50-day moving average above the 100. All indications show that most likely the market will continue to go higher in America. Okay, coming back to our market, this is actually the indices. We've had a lot of bearish indices in Australia, and they've turned mostly bullish. So what do we like? Well, the XJR, the All Ordinary, and the 200 bullish, but remember the 200 includes 200 top stocks, the All Ordinary includes the top 300. So obviously between the 201 and 300 shares, stocks, companies have actually pushed these two areas upward. In terms of the financial, we're seeing that after a long bearish to neutral, we're starting to see some sign of bullish trend in the financial. In terms of the material, this is actually BHP, Rio and Fortescue. We've had very strong bullish weeks, and then we've turned bearish and bull. Still bullish for the long term, bearish for the short term, and the conservative trader and the aggressive trader neutral. The industrial and the consumer staples are very strongly bullish. In terms of what happened on the last trading day, consumer staples was the strongest. Okay, now in terms of our shares, we look at here our shares, that's from previous results. We expect what we expect to see in this coming week. Macquarie Bank, very strong. QBE, very strong. Santos, very strong. Telstra is gaining a lot of strength in the last 2 weeks, so we'll keep focusing on Telstra. Wesfarmers, Woolworths and Woodside Petroleum all have gone very strong, bullish, and the XJR, as I said, is very bullish. So in terms of what happened on the last trading day, that's the daily. We've seen Macquarie Bank still strong, QBE strong, Santos strong, again Wesfarmers, Woolworths and Woodside Petroleum strong. Now in terms of what happened on the last trading day, BHP slightly down, the banks slightly up, ANZ slightly up with CBA, slightly up with NAB, and Westpac slightly up. Telstra had a very good day on the last trading day, 5 cents up, $3.41. That's the highest we've seen Telstra for several months. And in terms of bearish, strong bearish, I wouldn't recommend, maybe CIMIC. I would probably see CIMIC has gone neutral and still bullish for the long-term investor. So it depends who you are. Are you an investor, or you are a very aggressive trader, or maybe just conservative traders? Well, most of our clients are conservative traders. So we see Macquarie Bank bullish, QBE bullish, Santos bullish, Wesfarmers, Woolworths and Woodside Petroleum. Now the most active shares with high return in percentage for one-day trading: Whitehaven Coal, Treasury Wines 3%, New Farm, Caltex, BlueScope. All these had some good days on Friday. If you want to talk to us on any of those companies, all you have to do is pick up the phone and talk to us. In terms of 52 weeks high, companies that you may be familiar with: BC Iron, perhaps, Iron Ore, Hudson Investment 2.3%. Monadelphous was active, but however had a decline day. And these are the bearish companies. Now let's come back to Flight Centre. We entered the trade about early March, when the price was around the 45.40. That's when we entered. I think 45.12 when we entered. And then we thought, because of the $2.09 special dividends, it was actually a good buy. So it came down. However, this rise here was only a few days before the ex-date of the dividends. After money was given in dividends, for some reason people decided to sell, and it came back to $43.20. And where are we today? And by the way, we bought 120 stocks at $45.12, and then when the market went down, we decided to buy another 100 at $43.05, and our average now is $44.09. Remember, the average buy was actually $44.18, and we received $2.09, and that means our total cost was $42.09. This is the last chart to show you that the market was actually sitting at $43.61. We're making a profit of $1.52. That's inclusive of the dividends. That is actually $3.6% return over 8 weeks. Not a very healthy. However, we got some money in the bank. That's the dividends, and hopefully we see some rise. All depends what happens to that pink line. This is actually the 100-day moving average. If we can see that it's going to break through it sometime in the future, we would not be surprised to see that very peak revisited somewhere over 46, and that's the time when we probably sell and take the cash and run. And by the way, we also had a trade recently with the XJR, and that turned into profit on the 18th of April. We sold a call at 6,350. We sold a call, a put at 6,025, and provided the market did not go above 6,350 and below 6,025, the $810 credit less commission would be in the pocket of our traders, and we ended up in profit. Thank you very much. And now that's all from us here, but before we finish, our disclaimer: we don't know your financial circumstances, so however, before you take any trade, please talk to us or to your professional advisor. And if you want to talk to us, these are our contacts. You can write to me directly at george@fssecurities.com.au, or you can call me on my mobile or the 1300 line. If you're calling from overseas, you put 61 first. You don't need the 0. So it's 61-411-259526. Happy trading, and thank you for listening.